Hello to my channel Chinese Star. Today we will bring you the following hot and exciting news.
Feng Shaofeng reveals the reason for his divorce from Zhao Liying. No wonder she is the big winner in life. In the nomination of the Chinese Film Golden Rooster Awards jury on October 27, Zhao Liying was nominated for Best Supporting Actress for her role as Hao Zhiping in Article 20. This is her first Golden Rooster Award nomination in a long time. After 3 years of creation, she finally achieved a gorgeous transformation with her own strength and completed 9 works. However, at this time, looking at her ex-husband Feng Shaofeng, he seems to have disappeared in the entertainment circle. Zhao Liying and Feng Shaofeng were once a couple that received much attention. The two also expressed their love in front of everyone without any taboos. In the end, the two still failed to get together. 3 years ago, shortly after their child was born, the two announced their decision to divorce. However, unlike other stars, their breakup seemed quite decent. They did not use this opportunity to hype, nor did they blame each other after the separation. Perhaps they still have a trace of love in their hearts. The love of this couple is like a gorgeous and sweet dream. When the two first met, Feng Shaofeng already had a certain status in the entertainment industry. However, Zhao Liying was still an unknown little actor at the time. Fate is so wonderful that a supporting role in the leading actor met because of this. After many collaborations, a hint of love gradually sprouted between the two. Although the two were photographed in the same place many times, they never admitted their relationship. It was not until 2018 that the couple officially announced their marriage on Weibo. In fact, their love was not recognized by everyone at the time. First of all, the identities of the two were significantly different. At that time, it was rumored on the internet that Feng Shaofeng was a rich second generation with a net worth of over 100 million. Although Feng Shaofeng never publicly admitted it, many people believed it at the time. However, looking back at Zhao Liying, although she had already reached the top traffic status with several popular dramas at that time, although she was born in the countryside and had no background, she was still despised by others in the circle. And the personalities of the two people did not seem to match. However, no one expected that the two would be very happy after getting married. During the event, Feng Shaofeng was always thinking about Zhao Liying. As soon as he mentioned her, he couldn't help but smile sweetly. The two looked very sweet holding hands when they attended the event. This sweet marriage lasted only 3 years before the two decided to separate. At that time, many people were confused and didn't understand why this sweet couple would choose to break up. In fact, this relationship was not as beautiful as the outside world thought. Feng Shaofeng talked about his marriage in a program he participated in before. However, he felt that there was no real love between him and Zhao Liying, but more like fulfilling a certain task. The two did not seem to choose to get married out of deep feelings. It seemed more like a marriage for the sake of getting married. There was no sign of marriage between the two. Not only did they not hold a wedding, they didn't even have a ring. Although in daily life, the two often appear to be very close, like a loving couple. However, this feeling makes him feel extremely unreal. He mentioned that in Zhao Liying's life, drama occupies everything, and nothing in her eyes is more important than the role of an actor. Therefore, when there is a conflict between work and life, she will not hesitate to give priority to work. Feng Shaofeng believes that this kind of marriage is not what he pursues. He is more eager for a partner who can stay at home to take care of her husband and children. However, Zhao Liying is a person who is ambitious about her career. She is eager to explore and challenge herself. She once mentioned in a speech, "I hope they can have deeper thinking and take the initiative to pursue their beliefs. Men can pursue heroic dreams, so can't women." Although what she said was about the heroine of the TV series, it actually reflects her inner thoughts. Two people with different ideas will eventually have conflicts. Although the two parties did not disclose the specific reasons for the divorce, factors in this regard are more or less present. Although they have divorced, they still keep in touch for the sake of their children. Feng Shaofeng is indeed an excellent father. After divorcing Zhao Liying, he seems to have reduced the frequency of work. "I spend most of my time with my son. Whether it is school activities or taking my son out to play, he can always be seen accompanying his son." Although Zhao Liying does not spend as much time with her children as Feng Shaofeng, she will accompany her children whenever she has free time. Although it may take a long time for her to get a moment of rest now, she will still leave this time for her children. A few days ago, someone saw her taking her children out to play. Zhao Liying no longer needs to spend energy on marriage after the divorce. Therefore, after the divorce, she put all her energy into work. Zhao Liying quickly decided to transform after the divorce. She abandoned her best costume idol drama and decided to explore some new areas. She gradually got rid of the label of idol drama. She has tried suspense dramas, period dramas and urban dramas. In 2022, she completely changed her previous image in TV dramas. In Wind Blowing Half Summer, she played Su Bangsha, a female leader who bravely marched forward in the trend of reform and opening up. At that time, the TV series was very popular on the internet, so her popularity also increased rapidly. Zhao Liying was nominated for the Best Actress Award at the New Era International TV Festival for this role. So far, she has successfully gotten rid of the image of idol dramas in the past and moved towards the direction of strength. Her transformation path has achieved remarkable success so far. However, Zhao Liying was not satisfied with this, and then she turned her attention to movies. Although she had participated in several movies before, those were not what she pursued. It was not until the beginning of this year that the movie Article 20 in which she participated was finally released. In this movie, she played a bullied deaf-mute woman named Zhao Liying. Under harsh oppression, she finally decided to resist with her own life. Although she was not the protagonist in the play, she deeply attracted the attention of the audience with her excellent acting skills. She showed the pain, despair and reluctance experienced by Zhao Liying vividly. In the Golden Rooster Award nomination just a few days ago, Zhao Liying was nominated for the Best Supporting Actress for this role. Before that, she was also nominated for the Feshan Award and the Golden Eagle Award. Having won 3 major awards 3 years after her divorce, Zhao Liying has now successfully achieved her gorgeous transformation. A few days ago, she starred in 2 more films, Qiao Yan's Heart and The Road to Fire. These 2 films received widespread acclaim after their release. Zhao Liying now has a place in the film industry. I firmly believe that this is just a starting point, and she will create more outstanding works in the future. If you say that the current filming industry is as cold as the freezer, many stars shrink their necks and dare not move. But Zhao Liying is like holding a hot water bottle. Not only does she act, but she also pulls the team to become a producer. From being an actor and managing the script in The Phoenix, to investing in Feng Shaofeng's movies, this time she simply plays a high-tech brain-burning drama. Is the length of 8 episodes addictive? I think it's like eating spicy hot pot, short and concise to be tasty. I remember watching Princess Agents a few years ago. The original fans were so angry that they slapped their thighs. A good story was cut into pieces, and Zhao Liying herself was probably more frustrated than the audience. Otherwise, how could she be busy starting a company right after giving birth? If it were an ordinary person, it would be good enough to get out of bed after the confinement period, but she built a stage for filming. My cousin who is an extra in Hangdian told me that he once saw Zhao Liying squatting behind the camera and arguing with the director. The head of the stage management complained that she was stubborn and insisted on waiting until the sun was slanted to 37 degrees before turning on the camera. This reminds me of my second uncle who grows watermelons in my hometown. He can pick watermelons more accurately than an alarm clock. They are all people who take work as their life. There are always people on the internet saying that she is not good at talking and is like a wooden stake when participating in activities. But let me say, can those smooth talkers play the role of a deaf-mute well? When filming Article 20, she didn't say a word on the set for 3 months, and even Zhang Yimou couldn't do it. This energy is very similar to Master Liu who repairs tractors in our village. When he was working, he couldn't even hear his own dog barking. Now her company's name has navigation in it, which reminds me of the One Piece cartoon I watched when I was a child. While others are still spinning in costume dramas, she has already led her team to sail in the sea of the film and television industry. Her ex-husband is still playing an elite in modern dramas, but she has already started playing 7 roles, which is more exciting than the face-changing in Sichuan opera. Some people are jealous that the movie she invested in only sold 200 million tickets, but Feng Shaofeng himself said that this is the only movie that did not lose money after the new year. This is like the steamed bun shop opened by Aunt Zhang at the entrance of the alley. Although the store is small, the neighbors who line up every morning can flatten the door. Now the film and television industry is so sluggish, it is a skill to be able to break even. Those who have followed her dramas know that this girl acts with a desperate spirit. When filming Do You Know, she stayed up late in the hotel to memorize the lines, and was as nervous as a college entrance examination candidate. Now when a boss chooses a script, it is like choosing a live fish in the vegetable market. It must be both jumping and fresh. From a small actor waiting to be chosen by the director to a producer who can choose a director, This path is more cool than the female boss in Wind Blows Half Summer. In the new trailer, she switches between 7 roles, which reminds me of the circus troupe performing 7 flying knives at the temple fair in my hometown. The audience is waiting to see the excitement, but I am worried that other actors will not be able to keep up the show. Now her company's name can be seen at the end of CCTV, just like the village store hanging a chain supermarket sign, which shows the spirit of doing big things. There are always people who say that she is not a professional, but I say that life is the best teacher. The skills she has learned from struggling in the entertainment industry are much more practical than textbooks. Just like my third uncle who runs a restaurant, he has never attended culinary school, but with 20 years of experience with the stove, he can still make braised pork taste 5-star.
Thank you for watching. Please remember to like and subscribe to our support channel.